what's this bullish trend that's been happening for 11 years? Well, it's the very first halving event. Today is like the anniversary of it. I don't know why it's a little bit earlier than normal, but 11th anniversary where Bitcoin went from $12 to $37,000. But of course, Bitcoin was even higher than 37,000, but we'll take it. This is what it looks like. Okay, the very first halving event, we were, or at least the miners, was mining 50 Bitcoin per block every 10 minutes. And in 2012, it got cut down in half. That's why it's called a halving, to 25. And the price on the halving day was only $12. But 150 days later, it went up tenfold to $127. That's huge. 2016, we had the same thing happen. 25 Bitcoin down to 12.5. The price appreciation, 650 to 758. Of course, that is not 10x, but it didn't end there. 2016, Bitcoin went all the way up to $20,000 by the end of 2017. And then the last halving that we had in 2020, it was a rough start because of COVID. But again, we had the block halving, and then we went from 8,800 to 11,150 days ago. And then we eventually ended 2021 at $69,000. So that is what we have to look forward to. What will be the price of Bitcoin on halving day, April of 2024? Are we going to be at 45,000, 50,000, 55,000? And then where will we be at 150 days later? Maybe 70. Maybe we break through 80, 90, 100. And where will Bitcoin be by the end of 2025? 200, 250, 300,000? If we're using history, it's going to be good. It's going to be bullish, just like the 3 previous halving events that we had. So in case you still don't understand, this is what it looks like. We went from 50 Bitcoins mined per block to 25 to 12.5 to 6.25, that's where we are now. And it will go down to 3.125, and then it'll go down to 1.6, and then it'll go down to 0.8, and then eventually the rewards are so little, they're so insignificant, and basically that's it. So as you can see, there's just not many Bitcoins left. What exists is basically what exists, all the new future ones. There's just not that many, and the miners are holding them. They're holding all of them. So it's just really a simple case of supply and demand. How could you trust Bitcoin not to go up when the demand keeps on going up and supply keeps going down? So this is a prediction of where Bitcoin will be by the halving event. If you're using the same kind of descending trend line, about 8%, so looking at about April of 2024, this is assuming, again, that we don't get a spot ETF approval. If we do, then all bets are off. I mean, we could go way higher than that. But even without it, just according to what has happened before, we should be around anywhere from 42 to 48,000. You know, we're still a little bit off from there, 5,000 to 10,000 off. So it could be a slow, gradual trend. Maybe a little volatility, but eventually we get there. But if we get a spot Bitcoin approval, then all bets are off, and we could shoot right up to 48,000 in no time. And maybe we then take a little bit of a break, retrace a little bit, and then we just continue higher. It's going to be no different this time around. So those of you guys that are still worried about short-term volatility, just know that Bitcoin has been on pretty much a bull run since the beginning, since its inception back in 2009. It hasn't really stopped. Yes, there's blips and dips and crypto winters throughout, but in the end, if you look at it, it's just been going like this bullish trend for the past 11, 12, 13 years. So next up, 48,000, kind of like what this says. A lot of people think 48,000 right around the corner, and it seems so silly. It seems like 48,000 seems like such a large number, but I think a lot of you guys forgot about 2021. I remember the days we were hovering 40s, 50s. So even though 48,000 seems like it's a far-fetched price, it's not. We have seen that before. We held in the 50s for a long time. Only the 60s were actually, we were there for a shorter time, but still, this is not fantasy world. We will get up to 40s. We will get into 50s. We will get into 60s again. And after we break 69,000, that's when all bets are off, and we don't know where that parabolic rise is going to bring us. I do know it's going to be a lot higher than where we were. I am having a kickoff party in Vegas, December 14th. So if you guys want to come out and meet me and other influencers that are into IFC, this is the spot to go. And not only that, Crowded Combat is going to be there. Their fighters are going to be there. I'm going to invite others in this space, other influencers, other projects. If you've been to one of my network parties before, it's going to be like that, but even bigger this time around. I have 3 different tickets. If you want to participate, you want to join, please do so. Use the code 25 off. You'll get $25 off. And for people that's been asking for a new NFT, if you go with the VIP program or ticket, you will get airdropped an exclusive I Am George NFT. That will be included. Make sure you check it out if you are interested. This is in Vegas. Remember, what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. And you get to check out all the fighters, all the other influencers, myself, and all the major projects will be there. It's going to be a good party, a good time. So check it out. A couple other things. If you're looking at this ascending triangle continuation pattern, well, this is pretty textbook. If you look at the left side, you look at where we are now, we're bouncing off a little bit. And that trend continuation, probably around the corner. It could even happen today as Bitcoin is trending upwards. Are we going to break through and break to the upper side? Anyone's guess, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Supply and profit, 83.6% above the historical 74%. So what does that mean? Fantastic. Most of you guys are in a profit. Why would you not be happy about that? If you're a Bitcoin holder, especially one that's been DCAing, you are for sure 100% in the green. If you didn't DCA and you bought at the absolute top at 69,000, well, then you have a little while to wait, but eventually you'll be in the green. Eventually, everyone, 100%, will be in profit as we break through and form a new high. I mean, just think about it. Even now, Bitcoin is half of where it was before. We're half, yet already 84% are in profit. You think about that. That shows you how strong the holders are and how smart they are by continuing to DCA throughout crypto winter. That's the right way to do it.